and welcome to our Week 4 episode of Tuesdays with Tim Camp. On Saturday, the EOU football team fell 28-20 at I-84 rival College of Idaho. The Mounties are now ranked 23rd in the latest NAIA Top 25 poll. So, Coach, turnover has obviously played a huge role in Saturday's game. You were able to force 3 against the College of Idaho, but the offense also had 3 fumbles of their own. How does the team move forward and limit those mistakes going into this next week?
Well, I think that first of all, it's fundamental football. I got to do a better job of preparing them. We always talk about value in the football, and obviously we can't score if we don't have the football. And they come at crucial times. You never want to turn the football over. Very, very proud of the defense of taking the ball away 3 times, but then when you give it right back to them, it really puts you in a situation where then you got to start pushing. You got to start doing things, and a couple of those were in the red zone. So some of the things that we're doing in practice and being able to just let the guys and continue to remind them about how important it is to make sure that we're maintaining the football and moving the chains. I think that as soon as you start talking about fumbles and you just start making a big deal about it, obviously it's a huge deal to me, but at the same time, it all goes back to technique, and it all goes back to just doing the things that we coach them to do. So that's the answer to it, is to make sure that fundamentally we're doing the things soundly, and that's basically you football. We gotta make sure that we're doing those type of things so we can be successful offensively, and then obviously continue with the defensive pressuring and trying to get the ball out and doing the things that we're coached to do.
The offense on Saturday put together a couple of long 80-yard drives, but they also had some 3-and-outs, so some inconsistencies there. What can the offense do to become more consistent game to game and even drive to drive?
Well, I have complete faith in our offense. That's first and foremost. We have the ability to take games over, but we have to be more consistent. What we do offensively and with the offensive coaches is we got to make sure that we're putting our kids in great positions to be successful on the football field, and we've been able to do that. The thing is, we've been our own worst enemy. I don't want to take anything away from College of Idaho because they played a very good football game, but at the same time, we got to get out of our own way. The penalties, the turnovers, and it's uncharacteristic of one of my teams, and I'm not going to tolerate it. And but at the same time, I look at myself first, and I want to make sure that we're doing the things the correct way offensively, so we can continue to be one of the best offenses in the conference and in the country.
Kicker Nathan Harden has definitely been a bright spot for the team this season. He connected on a career-long 45-yard field goal against C of I, which helped put EOU on the board. How is it able to have the confidence in your kicker / your punter every time he goes out there to kick the ball?
Well, I couldn't be more proud of Nathan. Nathan works extremely hard, and he's a competitor, and he wants to go out there every single time. And being able to believe in a guy like him and how he prepares himself, and I think obviously special forces are one of the very, very keys in victories. And he was able to go out there and perform, and that's what's expected of him, and he expects that of himself. And just to be able to put a kicker out there and understand that, hey, you know what, he's got the leg, he's got the distance, he's got the accuracy, and all of those things, it takes a lot of pressure off me. The special teams and the special forces have done a really good job the last 3 weeks. Now, we're not all clean. We got a lot of work to do, but to have a kicker like Nathan and to be able to send him out there and know that there's points on the line, every time he goes out there, on force recon and the PAT field goal group, I mean, there's points on the line, and if we have points on the line, I expect to be 100%, which he was 100% on the day on field goals and extra points. But also in the punt game, he was averaging over 40 yards a punt, which is down a little bit from what we want. We want to try and be like right around 43, and those are the things that he's hard on himself about. He's like, hey, I didn't get a hold of that one, or I put the ball in the wrong zone right here, coach. But the one thing I know about him, he's gonna work on it, and he's gonna continue to get better. I think Nathan's one of the best punters and kickers in the conference, if not one of the top in the nation. So very, very solid in that phase of the game. And we got to continue to work to get hard, because we got to win the special teams phase of the game and continue to be a bright spot within the four phases.
Well, you have a very big matchup coming up against reigning conference champion and number 5 ranked Montana Tech this weekend on Saturday on the road. What kind of a game do you expect it to be, and what do the Mountaineers need to do to come away with the victory on Saturday?
Well, we got to play our game. Everybody's playing good football against us, and we've quite frankly, and again, my fault. We've been playing sloppy football, and the ability for us to get out of our own way and just do what we do. I want to get back in the business of playing good football, and mistakes are going to happen, but I want them to be full speed mistakes. I don't want it to be a fundamental carrying the football mistake. I don't want it to be missed tackles. We match up well with Montana Tech. We always have. They're a very good football team, but I expect a great game up in Butte. That's what I always expect, and I expect us to win the football game. And but to be able to do that, we need to be fundamentally sound. We got to run better. We got to tackle better. We got to block better. We got to catch, and we got to throw the football better, and just get back to the fundamentals. And if we're doing those type of things, we can be as good as anybody in the country.
Coach, thank you very much for joining us once again this week, and good luck on Saturday against Tech.
I appreciate it. Thanks for thinking about us.